Okay, I've just spammed you guys with like 30 minutes of video, but I do want to put out one more video with kind of some concluding remarks about everything I just talked about. And the big thing that I want to impress upon is that, you know, I'm going to talk in, first person, I guess, I think, but it does apply to all of us. And what I have to say is, I became the way that I became because of things that happened to me as a child when I was powerless. I was powerless to control my family. I was powerless to control my situation at school. I was powerless to control the fact that, I was so small. I didn't have any control over these things, and I didn't have very much knowledge to rely on, and I did the best that I could. My solution was to withdraw and to hide behind a shell. And that was the best that I could do then. It's a response to stuff that happened, and I did what I could. I don't have to feel bad about it. It's something that, worked, at the time, given the circumstances. But I can recognize that this was just a response to stuff, that this pattern of withdrawing and hiding from stuff and shutting down, running away, isn't who I am. It's just something that I learned. And it worked at the time, but it's not such a good thing now. And is something that, I can and should change. So, and I think that's the most important thing, I don't think that it's necessary for, you guys to go back and like mull over every single detail in your childhood and say, well, this caused this and this did that. And I don't think you need to understand all that stuff. All I think that you need to know is that, you too responded to situations in your childhood when you had no real power. You did the best that you could. It more or less worked then. That's great. But now you know that it's not such a great thing, and you're free to change it. You're free to say, it's time to move on to something different and, move on to some better things. You can realize that those learned behaviors do not define who you are. They're just, things that you did to try to protect who you are. And, that protection is now hurting you. And you can move on to something which will protect you even better. Now that you have more power in your life and knowledge, you have the internet is an amazing resource. You have support on the internet, YouTube, places like social anxiety support, .com, the forums there and all these other things. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I felt like I was the only one that went through all that stuff, and I wasn't. You're not the only one either. Even if, some of your details are not the same as mine, there are lots of other people who actually have these kinds of experiences. So you're not alone. And as long as you keep trying, there is always hope. So keep trying, make effort, don't give up, and you can get better and do things. Anyway, take care, guys.